Premier League season previews, Working Title FC, a podcast for you and your friends, by me and my friends. We've gone through 19 teams in the Premier League. The top 6 got their own episodes. Everyone else had to scrap it out in a weird little menage a trois podcast orgy.
Unbelievable.
We've reached number 1. We're talking about Manchester City. I don't know how long this one's going to be, because
what is there to say about them?
if you take, arguably the best team in the world, sans Champions League, and you add one of the most coveted strikers in the world to that,
What is there to say?
should we just stop this now? What do you think, Ryan?
I don't think so. I was wondering why we saved them for last, because I was like, maybe Paulo's, well, aside from that, I was like, I see there's quite a few Portuguese players in here. I was like, maybe that's why Paulo was saving me for last.
Oh, you could save them for first. We don't know what order you're listening to this in.
No, actually, that's
You
true.
could have heard it first.
Exactly. You might see your favorite team and you might go for them.
You might go for them. Maybe we don't know how people, we don't know if they're going top to bottom. No, pick your team. Maybe you're
Well,
going.
in that case, welcome to Working Title.
Exactly.
In that case, welcome to Working Title FC. Why don't we have a name? Because we didn't think of a name, and then we thought Working Title sounds fantastic. Is it available on Twitter? We don't know. We've been in the studio for 5 hours.
And you know what? You never have to take accountability.
No, never. You may know us from a previous iteration. We used to be on the MKT show. Nothing diabolical. The MKT show came to its natural end, and we decided we still want to do this. We still want to do a podcast. So
we enjoy each other's company.
we enjoy each other's company. Ryan bought us Monsters, or he bought Monsters for Senzo.
By the
Monster
way,
energy drinks.
we open for sponsorship
100%.
if with anyone. So
The City episodes are going to be quite boring, right? It's not much you can divulge there. Let's
City,
talk
you can also
sponsors.
sponsor us.
Bro,
So-
they just have Thor. They just added Thor.
Are we going to should we do like, you know how Cape Town City, South African football team, are kind of like want to get bought by the City Group? It's very evident. They're setting themselves up. They want to be part of Melbourne City, New York City. They want to be that, right?
Okay, good for them.
Are we going to be doing the same? Should we change this to Working Title City FC?
No.
And hopefully they buy us.
I'd rather defecate in my hands and clap.
Yeah, I know, but a principle's only a principle if you're prepared to lose money over it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So we have Chicky Big Gary Stan walks in here, big fat check of R7, and says, "I want to buy you guys."
We're a
Hey,
slut
man.
to the economy, you know.
I mean, today we're working for popcorn pizzas and Monster energy drinks.
Yeah, man.
You know,
Again, open for sponsorship.
Ryan, what sponsor would you like? Say Dream. Senzo's already fading. I just had a yawn from Senzo. First yawn of the day, right?
No, it's the lights. It's because the midnight lights are on.
Midnight lights are on.
I want Monster to sponsor us. I think it would be really, really cool.
You want Monster.
But they don't. They only do extreme stuff, though.
Extreme sport.
Do you think we have to go more
I-
extreme?
What did they
The
become? Pat
Premier League
McAfee?
is the most extreme league
But
in the world.
we're not extreme.
We're not
No,
extreme.
we're not extreme.
Because then we got to shout into the mic all the time and we're doing a podcast like that.
And then we have to bang things like Pat McAfee and shit.
Yeah.
We are not the number 1 podcast in the world or in South Africa, but we are your
Yeah,
dad's
it's-
favorite podcast.
We're the best podcast you've never heard of. That's what
Your
I say.
podcast's favorite podcast.
Certainly my favorite podcast right now.
Oh,
Senzo,
100%.
ideal sponsor.
Ideal sponsor.
Because we're supposed to be discussing City, but it's going to be quick. Nothing to say.
Ideal sponsor.
Any sponsor in the world to sponsor a podcast.
Some clothing apparel, man.
No,
You
but
just want swag.
It won't be clothing apparel, because when it comes to football, it's always men's health medical issues.
No, but it was like ball trimmers, ball hair trimmers.
Yeah.
If you listen,
it'll be that manscaping.
Manscaped.
It'll be the
There's
Manscaped.
Keeps.
Hey, because Manscaped sponsor you, hey?
Yeah, I actually watched
Manscaped,
yes.
so do Keeps. So Keeps are for
Because they
your
do
hair.
voucher. So would people, because we only get paid if people actually click to redeem and buy with our voucher code. Like, I wonder if people would do that. Ball trimming. Like, if we had to bring you like a ball trimmer. Like,
Consider this our pitch. Okay.
this is our pitch.
This is our pitch.
Shameless. Shameless.
No,
Yes.
look, I'll do it.
And
Like
we're
if
not
men's
afraid
health,
to sell
if
ourselves.
men's health say we're jumping on here, man.
Okay.
No pun intended. We're
No,
jumping
it's cool.
On.
I'm fine. I know I'm bald.
We're jumping on. Like
Okay.
Men's Clinic International.
Yeah, we got the ridiculousness out of the.
Okay, we got Jacques Collis giving us. Jacques Collis, missed call. All right. Right. City.
Jeez.
man.
What? But like what?
No,
For me now, they just it's league and something else major.
no.
They
can I-
need Champions League.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The only thing I'm watching out for City, because I know when they march on that field, it's like soldiers. Like let's be real.
clockwork.
They know their formations. They know what they're
Do you know
going to
what's
do.
scary about City? You look at the 11, right? You're like,
Yo.
oh, okay, not bad. Then you look at the bench.
Yeah.
Mahrez bench. Then you're like, Gundogan
Well,
bench.
it depends who the 11 for that week is.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
Phil Foden bench. You're just like, what is going on?
It's ridiculous.
You know, and the thing is, guys, say what you want. You know, people are like, Pep is a fraud. I'm like, guys, Pep Guardiola is inventing positions all the time. Guys, what position does Joao Cancelo play? False 2. False 2.
As opposed to Luke Shaw, who plays false fullback.
Exactly. False 2. Guys, there was a 2 weeks, sometime last season, Joao Cancelo was the best footballer on earth in that 2 week period.
Yeah. 100% agree with you.
Like, it's ridiculous. And then you add Thor to that. Like, we've got no chance. Chelsea, you and your aging defense. Can you handle Thor?
So we spoke earlier, Senzo, in another episode. I don't know what order you're listening to this in.
But he's on Fraud Watch as well.
Yes, Senzo introduced Fraud Watch. Now, Fraud Watch is a concept. Senzo, let's talk about it. What is Fraud Watch in the football context?
So, you are a guy like Haaland, right? They've been touting you to be the next best thing. You scored 9 goals in 1 game. You come to the league, the mecca of, league football, and you only scored 10 goals in the season. You're a fraud.
Okay, so that's a
And a
fraud.
team like City, you're a fraud.
So everyone's on Fraud Watch with Senzo. There's less people not on Fraud Watch, right? So
Yes.
just assume starting season, everyone's on Fraud Watch, right? This is where Senzo pitches at it. We spoke earlier, we said, here's a consideration. Should Pep be on Fraud Watch?
I don't think so.
So let's have the conversation. Pep wins league after league after league after league. It's a
Three-peated.
slog, right? 3-peats. He's going for 3-peat now.
Is he not 3-peated?
He's not done a 3-peat yet. He's done 2. He's never done 3-peat. He's done 2 twice. I stand correct, but I think that's right. He's done 2 twice, never done 3-peat.
Okay.
Only Ferguson's done 3-peat. You can double check
Twice.
that.
Ferguson
You
did
can
it twice.
You can double check that. I don't think Pep's going 3-peat, right? But at this point, it's got to be the Champions League.
Yeah, because he's shown us
Else
everything in the
else
league.
he's fraud. If he does not win,
100%.
else he's fraud.
You're saying it's
And-
fraud.
No. But wait, this is what we were talking about earlier when we were having lunch. We were saying there's the fraud watch list. So he's not fraud as yet, but he's on the list to watch.
He's on the list to watch as a fraud.
So he's not a confirmed fraud as yet. But
If he wins
why-
the league,
yes,
fraud.
Why do you win everything else but not one damn UCL?
But
No, what's wrong?
And they did choke it out. They did choke it out last time.
And here's the thing, right? There is a difference of a team going for Champions League and glorious failures. Okay. A penalty that shouldn't have been a penalty. A last minute. There's that. Then there's your words, choking. City have choked numerous times.
And that what happened against Madrid?
Choked in a final. He choked in a final.
What happened against Madrid was also a choke job, eh?
No, that's what I'm saying. He choked in the final against Chelsea. He's choked in knockouts. He's choked in semis. So what I'm saying is that, like, for Pep to keep winning league titles, yes, it's the ultimate thing. And if you're one of those people that thinks the Premier League's the best thing in the world, fine, knock yourself out. Pep's the greatest ever. Okay, probably goes at this point. He's going next to Ferguson as the best Premier League manager of all time.
Rightfully
Okay,
so.
and I think that's right. No one can disagree. But does he go into that class of manager? Firstly, numerous managers, way less heralded than him, have won the Champions League with multiple teams.
Mourinho's done it.
He won it with one. Pep's only won it with one,
Barcelona.
with one team, with Messi. So it's not even like
A decade ago, 11
right,
years ago.
Right? So it's not even like he won it with different iterations of the same team. Ferguson won it 10 years apart, 2 separate teams, right?
Yeah.
Pep is still going on glory. 10 years ago, won it with one team. So I ask, right, this is the Premier League preview, Ryan. If this season finishes, Pep wins the league again, probably likely. I can't see anyone competing with him on that. Probably likely, but no Champions League. Kind of gets semis again.
Gentlemen. Now, Pep Guardiola.
Let me just get Ryan's thoughts just before you jump into that. Is he a fraud? Even if he three-peats, 3 league titles in a row, but doesn't get Champions League.
I have to say so. I have to say he's a bit of a fraud because how much more money does City have to spend to not win another UCL? Let's be real. Like, how much have they spent?
Never won it before.
No, well, but this is what I'm saying. So how much money do they have to spend? Because that squad now is premium.
That's it. And you've added Haaland. You've not just added in because the thing
And
about
they stole Haaland, to be honest.
well, okay, explain that. What do you say? Explain that. Unpack that.
If he wasn't
In terms of his fee.
Yeah, I'm saying if he wasn't like bound by City, by family. If I'm not mistaken, his dad was a City.
Yeah, he was born in Manchester.
He was born in Manchester.
Was he born in Manchester or was he born when his father was in Leeds?
Oh.
I don't know if he was born in Manchester.
I can't remember, but I'm saying if he never had that family tie, I guarantee you any other team would have paid double. If not 3 times more for Haaland.
But it is what it is, man.
But no, it is what it is. But I'm saying
that's
that's my
not City's
justification. But I'm saying they did steal him. They got a great deal on
Well, they
Haaland.
got him. Look, they got him for a steal. And listen, it was Mino Raiola that sorted out that contract. I mean, Mino Raiola played this game perfectly to get that. Okay, and he knew. And I'm of the opinion that in a different market, Haaland would have gone to Real Madrid or Barcelona first, and then kind of finished up at City. I do feel that that's going to go the other way around. I think he's going to get 5 years at City. Remember, by then he's 25, 26, spends his prime years at Barcelona, Real Madrid. Hopefully they sort their shit out. So that's how I see that happening, right? So, but quite rightly, that's not City's fault. They played the game and they took advantage of the family ties and all of that. So,
Yeah.
But also of all the clubs Haaland had an option to go to, I want to go be coached by Pep.
Straight away.
You know what I mean?
Easy. That's a no-brainer.
That's a no-brainer.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
If you're going to be coached by anybody right now, who's going to do the most for my football?
Yeah, you see.
Is Pep Guardiola.
Who's going to make me the best player in the world? I mean, we're talking Ballon d'Or. This is where he wants to be
thinking.
Yeah. Pep gets me there.
Because he could have easily gone to PSG and
but he's not going to learn anything.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. The director of PSG, a.k.a. what's his name?
Kylian Mbappe.
Kylian Mbappe, yeah.
Wouldn't have done anything for it. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's, I think they
also, do you know what the thing is?
Did a great job at getting him.
My thing is, like, you look at, right, so now for me, you look at why I can't put Pep on forward watch. You look at what Pep does for players. Raheem Sterling always had something. But he links up with Pep Guardiola. What does Raheem Sterling become, right? Kevin De Bruyne always had something. But he links up with Pep. What happens?
Phil Foden becomes Ross Barkley without Pep.
No, the fact.
I'm not joking.
That's true.
Right.
Facts. João Cancelo. Do you think João Cancelo was the player that he is now?
No. Listen, I've seen João Cancelo since he broke through. I mean, goddamn, this is like a complete makeover of what he was. So, okay, so you place it like that, right? Go.
And also, look.
What's your impact on the wider world of football opposed to your own trophy cabinet?
Okay, also, look, right? From when he was Barca manager, 2008, up until he was end of his Bayern tenure, from 2008 till 2012, who are the best team in the world and who do they play like? Spain ran it.
It's fascinating. You're going to finish this thought. If you've not caught where Senzo's going, this is a fascinating train of thought.
Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Pep coaches them. Who becomes world champions?
It's not going to last because England ain't winning shit. but yes.
But England are close. But England are they've definitely improved.
I take your point. So
Pep has revolutionized the way football. If your keeper's got 2 left feet like David De Gea.
Ryan, Senzo's point is actually so interesting because you can sit here and you go, you don't have the trophies, right? Or you don't have a Champions League. But what you're saying is that his wider impact on football, because you're right, because Pep revolutionized the way Spain played football.
Spain didn't have to do anything. They just had to take Pep's blueprint, add 3 Real Madrid players, there you go. And they ran it from... Guys, this is unheard of in football. We win a Euro, right? And then we go win a World Cup. The only other team that has done that in the history of football is France. And Spain said, no, we'll go back for some more Euro.
Yeah. So then he goes to Bayern Munich, and he does, at that time, Bayern Munich didn't win the Champions League like they should have.
But he had a win percentage rate.
Best team in the world.
Listen to Bayern Munich's stats under Pep Guardiola. Matches played, 161. Matches won, 121. 121. A win percentage of 75%. That means out of every 4 games you win, you lose 1 and you're winning the rest.
Okay. So whether he wins the Champions League with City or not is irrelevant because of this greater impact he's having. Because City have impacted. Everyone, you just look at the way teams take goal kicks now. Pep doesn't believe in punts. Pep believes he wants the ball played short. Everyone's doing that.
And also,
everyone gets caught. He's done that.
You look at the types of goals City score, right? It all looks training ground. City aren't looking to go...
Drilled in.
City aren't looking to go smash the ball from 40, 50 yards out. No. We're going to pass the ball 30, 40 passes in a sequence. We've had the ball for 5 minutes. We go to the bar line, we cross it. It's a tap-in.
Yeah. Time and time again.
It's a tap-in.
Time and time again.
I mean, United scored a goal like that against Crystal Palace. The second goal that, who scored? That Rashford scores.
Oh, in this preseason.
Yeah, preseason.
Yeah.
Man City do that every week.
Yeah. So it's that kind of... And about that is that he's taken players who you wouldn't think that's their game and made that their game. Bernard Silva. Sterling. David Silva used to do it. Kevin De Bruyne does it. Gabriel Jesus does it. Phil Foden does it. Jack Grealish is going to do it. Haaland is going to do it. But it's this minutia that he's got in to his teams that makes it no matter who changes. One thing I have to say about City, and a lot of people go, City spend money, City spend money, City spend money. Grealish, that 100 million fee, was quite unusual, which he's hardly even spoken about Riyad Mahrez.
Honestly. Honestly.
That, Riyad Mahrez, a few times we've touched on Fantasy Premier League. He's a player that you'll put him in your side the week Pep doesn't play him. So you take him out, Pep puts him in the next week, he scores 3 goals.
3 goals in an assist.
Yeah. Then you take him out, and you put him back in. No, Pep doesn't play him for 2 weeks, then he's back in. Annoying. Hate Pep for that. But the 100 million on Jack Grealish is an outlier because City kind of have this benchmark of 60 million for a player. It sounds like peanuts, right? But they're kind of like 60 million. Like you speak about Haaland, but that's where they sit. They go, we'll pay 60 million. We'll have a lot of players at that kind of wage. They got all the money in the world, but that's kind of the threshold they sit at.
They've got their model. You know what they are. But my thing is that, guys, you look at City's 11, and you see the guys that aren't playing, and you're just like, these guys could hurt us at any time.
But what's so interesting about that, though, is that you do talk about the 11 plus this. It's difficult to pin down who's first team. Other than the back four, the back four stays. And we spoke in another episode, Mark Cucurella is going to come in on the left-hand side. They play. And probably and Rodri. So probably that kind of keeper back four and Rodri. Everyone else floats. And you don't know who starts. I suppose you put Haaland into that. Haaland plays every game, I assume. He's going to play as many games as he should. And everyone else floats around, and you don't know. Performance doesn't change. Level doesn't drop off.
My thing is that, look at it. Okay, we get John Stones. Oh, John Stones is the best centre back in the Premier League. Cool. We'll get Laporte. Laporte, when he came in, best centre back in the Premier. Now there's Ruben Diaz. Like the way that Pep can just replace them. It's actually diabolical. It's crazy to have that much depth, because every season for the past 3 seasons, it's always, can City do the treble, even quadruple? And it's not far-fetched.
Ryan, what do you take of this?
They're always 2 matches away from doing a treble.
Because that's impossible, right? What's your take on this obsession with quadruples, doubles, trebles? I mean, what does it mean, really?
I've never really been obsessed with anything like that. I know Liverpool supporters are the worst with that. I mean,
I'll be fair. The ones I know weren't. They knew it's just a paper thing. They were like, "Listen, we'll win what we can win. It's great to be there." But I have to.
It does for me.
I have to give some credit there.
For me, the thing is, I'll tell you with all this.
Is it a flex?
It is a flex. I mean,
I think it's a press thing because I don't know any fan that actually thinks about it.
Is there a team that's done these
or treble?
Yeah.
Or what consistent? Well, United.
Yeah,
did
like more than once. So. You said twice, right?
No, United have only done the treble once.
Done it once.
So there's also differences in trebles because, I mean, it's basically the trebles got to involve league, Champions League,
and domestic, and your most important.
Probably FA Cup, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of the best one.
Guys,
It's impossible to do. It's impossible to do.
it's tough, eh?
I think
Pep's done it though. 6-1.
You know,
in one campaign with Barcelona.
Sure.
I was watching.
Yeah, sure.
I was watching some football show a while back, and one thing that they said to me, or that they said on this podcast, was we've become a generation of lists.
Yeah.
And it's like best of this, best of that, and like they're running out of things to list now. So now it's like, okay, cool. Let's break it down. Let's try to take it to the impossible. What's the first of a first list that we can start?
Well, it's like City. Every week, City or Liverpool seem to break some new record.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like, okay.
We're a generation of lists. I guarantee they weren't even counting most of this 50 years ago.
Yeah, my thing is about that, you know. You know when people talk about like trebles and stuff, I still rate what Arsene Wenger did with that Invincible. I think it's harder than a treble.
Yeah.
Treble, you get leeway to lose games.
Yeah.
Guys, Arsenal were on for over a year, week in, week out.
They drew a lot of games in that, to be fair. But
not to lose.
Yeah,
to say no one came and put an out.
No, that's
Paulo,
huge.
if you think about it, the league, 10 months, barring the odd 2 weeks, international week, 10 months, week in, week out.
What difference does Calvin Phillips make to City? Or is he just another one of those go into rotation?
Reinforcement for Rodri.
Rotation.
Yeah.
Reinforcement for Rodri.
Fernandinho's gone, so that's going to slot in there.
Still Gundogan. Oh, my goodness.
you see, being a new signee to City must be the most difficult decision to do because there's a possibility you're going to sit bench
Not really.
for a while.
I don't think you look at it like that when you go, hey, listen, man.
It's like you're being called
Big
up.
time.
No, of
I'm
course
going to
it's
win.
big time.
I'm going to win it.
I'm going to win something.
I'm going to win something. I'm going to win some silver. And I'm going to, like, my stocks, I'm going to become a better player.
And City play a lot of games, and I think what you do look at Pep rotates a lot. He's so clever with the way he rotates, and you're going to win a lot of games, or you're going to play a lot of games. So
Sure.
I think there's opportunity. And, we've named a lot of players. If you actually go, man, City squad isn't that big. It's impressive. It's stacked. It's not that big. I dare say Chelsea and United have more
Depth.
bodies, bodies around.
Yeah, bodies around. True.
You get lots of
More personnel.
lots of people around.
More personnel,
right?
yeah.
City don't really have that. When you go through, how does it? But yes, you go through. There's about 18, 19, and they all play. Where United, you can go 30 deep, 15 play.
Yeah.
And Chelsea, I think similar. Chelsea go 30 deep, 15 of them play. So I think it's a misconception
And City
that you play. You go to City, you play ball.
And City have gotten away with this thing of having a very average keeper.
You think he's average?
He's good with his feet.
He's good for. I rate Alisson as a better pound for pound keeper.
Yeah.
He's going to do more the things keeper can do.
I think at best he's probably even the 5th best keeper in the Premier League.
True story, because I think
cool tattoos though.
the smiley face on his neck is wild. I noticed that playing FIFA. That's the first time I was like, is that real shit? Would I just like have a hack or something? I think you're right, because I think Edison in a bad team gets shown up a lot.
Do you know who's underrated? And I was having this conversation with people on a chat group that Ryan put me on. Hugo Lloris is a good keeper. It's just that he's got clowns playing in front of him.
Yeah, true. You see it for France.
Exactly.
See it for France.
So if imagine you put Hugo Lloris in a City team, he's unstoppable.
So let's get into this. Okay, this is City. We know City good. We're all wasting our time.
Three-peat.
Haaland, does he crack 20 Premier League goals in his first Premier League goals? Premier League goal.
Fraud watch.
So you're on fraud watch. You don't think you're fraud watch. You think he gets 10?
No, I don't say I think he gets 10. I'm saying we see the hype, we see you what you are and everything. But if you don't get, I'll be generous, 20
Premier League goals.
Premier League goals.
Premier League. That puts him in Salah, Son, Harry Kane territory.
Yes.
20.
Senzo's quite savage with this fraud watch because we were speaking off earlier, and I said to him, I think you should give a player 5 games. Brand new
5
player.
games
and he was
doesn't
like,
do
5
any.
games. He
5
said,
games.
He says, give me a season.
If you're Haaland and
fair enough, but wow.
If you're, but am I being fair for Paulo? You're Haaland, right? They're saying you got next. It's between you and this other French kid, right? It's between you and this other French kid. You have everybody bidding for your signature. You're going to play for Man City. If you don't come back with at least 20 in the league alone, I'm sorry.
Ryan, how many goals? Haaland.
I'm sorry.
Yo, I don't know if he can crack 20.
I don't think he cracks 20.
I want to say
Less.
positively 15.
I think he rotates too much. I think he's
Or
he's cyborg. He's still 22. He's still a kid. This is the biggest challenge of a very impressive career. Every time he's made a move up, he's stepped up. Okay, something will equal out. He doesn't play every
Or he
game.
gets them Champions League and he's top scorer.
or shock horror injury in early
Then
rounds.
that's not on him.
He's already
Then it's
missed the
done.
preseason with an injury, and Haaland does go down with injuries. You remember last season?
So
He does
I
go
wouldn't
down with
rule it
injuries.
out. So that could be pivotal.
I think if Haaland does 10 to 12 goals, that's good. 20, then take it
20
off.
is crazy.
10 to 12. Because
Okay,
I don't think
okay.
he plays every game.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'll be fair to him. Okay, fine.
How old is he?
22.
22.
Yeah, no, he's still young.
Also, I have to give him.
Wait,
I have to give
how
him
many
first season
goals-
grace.
How
That's
many
what I'm
goals did Cristiano score in his first season with United?
4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, we holding Haaland to ridiculous
But
standards.
Ronaldo wasn't as developed as Haaland is. Haaland's
enough.
polished.
And
Haaland's
Azul.
closer to
How old
full product.
when Ronaldo's 22, he's finishing second in Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, well, that's the difference. At 22, Ronaldo top scored, broke George Best's record. Or was it
At
that
20,
season?
yeah.
No. So at the
At
same
22,
age.
come on.
Yeah. So compared to first season. So, okay, that's City. We've been reviewing. If you want to find the whole season review, go back. We put them in 10-minute podcasts. We try to keep them short. We know people want short content. This one ran over. We're trying to keep them about 20 minutes. If you like to share it with a friend, let us know. Should we carry on? This is working
title.
title. I don't even.
and still send your working title names.
We want names. Maybe you have a name for us. Make it something better. Shut the fuck up. That's a comment that I got already. I don't know if we can call
The
it
fraud
that.
list.
The fraud list.
Fraud watch.
Fraud watch. So
With frauds. I don't know, man.
frauds with benefits.
Yeah.
So listen, just before we go into this, we got a United fan, we got a Chelsea fan. Ryan, what are your hopes for the season and what's your predictions for Chelsea?
And I think I said this in the podcast.
And what's
Yes.
the wildest thing that you think could happen to Chelsea this season? Remember, they almost went out of business.
They almost ceased to exist.
They almost
That was
ceased to exist
crazy.
last year.
I called it earlier. I'm seeing Chelsea at first or second. And I know it sounds high, but I'm telling you, it could happen. I think maybe second. But I'm really hoping if we sign someone good within the next couple of weeks and up front, it could happen.
You're stacked up front.
Right.
No, but-
so Ryan wants second. He wants Cristiano Ronaldo. And what's the wildest thing you think is going to happen to Chelsea this year?
I can't even call it. We've already gone to the wildest thing this year.
Todd Bowley puts himself in goals. Senzo, your hopes for United?
Hey, man, you always hope that you could win it, but like we're so far away from that. Look, realistically, this time, fourth, I'm happy.
Yep.
Fourth, I'm happy, and we do okay in Europa, like semi-final, quarter-final.
Wildest thing that's going to happen this season?
Oh, we're going to see crazy signing. We're going to get a crazy signing because now because you know what United do, right? I'm telling you, it's a United thing. We are going to buy somebody for the most. I'm going to say it right now. Neymar comes to United.
Right.
You know what the Glazers are like.
I know what the Glazers are like. They're going to feel the pressure. They're going to notice that there's going to drop in TikTok engagements. They say Neymar's going to get us over the line. We've had 5 years of a hair color changing charlatan. We feel that there's a gap in the squad for that. My prediction is that United will win the Europa League. And the wildest thing that's going to happen is the ghost of George Best will be managing us after the World Cup. You heard it here first. This is Working Title FC. We put together this podcast for you. You know my friend Ryan. You know my friend Senzo. You know me at The Real PTP, at
Hawksley.
and at
Working title. No, but I'm going to get a new Twitter handle and everything. Boys, it's been lovely.
It was good to be back. Please don't take as
Great.
long to get a new Twitter handle as you took to get a phone.
Yeah.
We are out of here.